Infinity War shook the fabric of the MCU. By the time the credits began to roll, most of our heroes were written out of existence. Now we know for a fact that Captain Marvel will be joining the team in Avengers 4, and it is possible that Ant-Man and Hawkeye will also make an appearance, but no one knows for sure. So the question becomes, how will our heroes stop Thanos when they're not even at full force? And to solve this question, I think we have to follow the Infinity Gauntlet. Most people don't realize this, but the Infinity Gauntlet's been around since Phase 1. It can be seen in the first Thor in Odin's Vault, and if you don't believe me, just take a look. What, you didn't see it there? I mean, it's pretty obvious. Let's try that again. Who am I kidding? I mean, I didn't know it was there for 5 years, 20 viewings, maybe a Google search or two. The point is, though, it's been there. And just like we saw Thanos at the end of the first Avengers, they've been leading to this for a while. And then the next time we actually see the gauntlet is at the end of Avengers 2 Age of Ultron. During the mid-credits scene, we actually watched Thanos put on the gauntlet for the very first time. But this led to a lot of speculation by the fans. What does this mean? Are there two gauntlets? Did Thanos steal the one from Odin's vault? And Kevin Feige came out during this time period and saying, yes, there are two, and soon all would be made clear. And then Thor Ragnarok happened, and we learn a lot actually. We see Hela walk up to the gauntlet, push it over, and claim it's a fake. Alright, all's right in the world again. Odin had a fake, Thanos has the real one. Or does he? First time I saw Infinity War, Thor's main storyline didn't make much sense to me, and that's because it unwrote parts of Thor Ragnarok. I mean, that whole movie was to say that Thor was not the god of hammers, he was the god of lightning, and now he needs a new hammer. What? Why? But when I took a step back and I looked at what that scene was actually showing us, things became clear. And that is, Thanos had to have a gauntlet made. And that is the most important part of Thor's storyline. And it told us that at some point in time, Thanos came to the dwarves, killed most of them, and had Eitri make him a gauntlet. Well, when would this have happened? Well, after Thor the Dark World. When Loki took control of Asgard, Asgard stopped protecting the 9 realms. Okay? Makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is that Hela knew what the Infinity Gauntlet was. She knew it was a fake. If Hela's been imprisoned for over 1,500 years, that means there's a real gauntlet out there, and Thanos could not find it. Another thing that points to his being a fake is that it couldn't handle the force of all 6 stones. I mean, when he snapped his fingers and destroyed half the universe, the camera made sure to look at the gauntlet and show us it was destroyed. And I think this does a lot to show us what Avengers 4 is going to be about. Alright, it's time for some wild speculation. I'm just going to lay out how I think Avengers 4 is going to go down. I might be way off the mark, but who knows. So what I think is going to happen is that Act 1 is going to show us Captain Marvel meeting our heroes and them forming a plan. Thor is going to tell them that Thanos did not have the real gauntlet and his is destroyed, so he can no longer use the stones. Act 2 will be Captain Marvel, Thor, and Iron Man going into the universe to find the real gauntlet. As they approach it, they're going to flash to Thanos, and the Beyonder is going to come to him and deeming him unworthy of the stones and taking them from him. Then it's going to pan to Captain Marvel, and she's going to be walking up to the Infinity Gauntlet, and right before she grabs it, the Beyonder is going to come to her and say the same thing. Humans are not worthy of this power, and take the gauntlet from her. And our heroes will beg and plead for a chance to unwrite what Thanos has done. And the Beyonder will give them one shot. From here, we enter Act 3. And all the heroes, alive and dead, and all the villains, alive and dead, will be brought into the pocket universe of the Soul Gem, and we're going to have Battle World. There's going to be a few caveats to this. 1, if you die there, you stay dead for good. 2, if Thanos wins, balance remains in the universe. If the heroes win, then they can unwrite what Thanos has done. And the reason I believe Battleworld is the way they're going is because Marvel likes to mix storylines, and also it makes sense with how important and the little hints to the Infinity Gauntlet that the Russo brothers have shown us, and the little tidbits of it in other movies. Also, they made sure to show us the Pocky universe of the Soul Gem in Infinity War. Like, we didn't need that. There was no point for that to be there unless it's going to come up later. So I think with what we know from Infinity War and past movies, that this makes the most sense, at least in my opinion. But we'll have to wait a year and see what really happens. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this theory / wild speculation. If you did, feel free to hit that like and subscribe. Feel free to comment below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.